Shalom. Allah start out by giving our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful lit, this pushing is truth. A culture folk owners of true serious charity. Alright, it's the brother. I'm a one above from the Birmingham Camp, Alabama, GMS. Then we'll get to the sinners going to just about how these world leaders, the elite, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Bilderbergs, and the other elite groups and world leaders right here that have this picture right here, how they take counsel, crafty counsel amongst themselves to keep the truth down about who the real Israelites are, and to keep down the Israelites, which are the so-called Negro Latino natives. They come together to form a plan to keep the Negro Latino natives in a messed up mindset, and not to really put out the truth to the so-called Negro Latino natives, let them know they're the Israelites. That they are the chosen people of the Most High. They don't want to do that because they want to keep Israel down. And it's in the scriptures that they come together to keep the Negro Latino natives, the Israelites, from knowing their power, their true nationality, their heritage, to know that, and keep them from knowing that they are the chosen people of the Most High, and these other nations, starting with Esau, Edomite, so-called white man, red man, you got Ishmael, these Ishmaelites, these Arabs, how they come together, with they counsels to keep the Israelites down, to keep the so-called Negro Latino natives, for knowing who they are and so forth, So, but I'm getting into it. It's Psalms 83:1. Keep thou not silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, be not still, O power. Read on verse 2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. So yeah, thy enemies, the enemies are the enemies to Israel, the Israelites, or the so-called Negro Latino natives are, like I said, the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, the red man, the Ishmaelites, the Arabs, Ammon, the Japanese, Moab, the Chinese, and all these other nations, man. They are against Israel. They are against the Israelites, man. Elam, the East Indians, and so forth. All these other nations are against the so-called Negro Latino natives, man. They hate you, so-called Negro Latino natives, man. They want to wipe you off the face of the earth. That's their real main objective to do away with you so-called Negro Latino natives, you Israelites, And you got this guy right here, Benjamin Benjamin Netanyahu, whatever you want to call him, the imposter, those imposters over there in Israel, calling themselves the Israel, they not the real people, they are Khazars, man. They from they are the line from the nation of Edom, Esau, Edomites, man. They are not the true people of that land, and you have some people that know that, that so-called Esau, Edomites are not the real people of that land of Israel, They know who they really are, but they ain't imposing to be. But reading on Psalms 83:3, they had taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Yeah, they take crafty counsel. When you go to the word crafty, it's shrewd. Shrewd, evil, mischievous, they take, evil counsel, wicked counsels, you know what I'm saying, against the so-called Negro Latino natives, man. They plan ways to, dumb the Negro Latino natives down, the Israelites, any way they can, put out, to make the Negro Latino natives, the Israelites, to go off, eat pork, um, smoking, smoking these cigarettes, and and doing all kind of drugs, and so forth, man. It's making the so-called Negro Latino natives go off, setting up these pork chop eating pastors, these pastors in these churches, setting up, these different false teachers of the word, that's teaching the word of the Lord, to keep the truth and knowledge away from the so-called Negro Latino natives, to know who they are and who their power is. But that is not coming to that plan that they had is really being taken down by the spirit power Yahweh Shah through the apostles, elders, and the brothers. That's teaching the truth or the word of the Lord through the spirit power Yahweh Shah, telling our people that you are the Israelites, you are the people of the Lord. You so-called Negro Latino natives. Because these other nations, these so-called white people, Esau, Edom, Edomites, Ishmaelites, and so forth, man. They don't want you to know them. They don't want you to know who you are. They want to keep you down and dumb. Keep you just being in foolishness. Keep calling yourself a African American. Calling yourself a Mexican, or calling yourself a Indian. Those are bywords. That's not who you are. You Negroes. In the Southern Kingdom, the Negroes are a tribe of Judah. Benjamin, Levi. The Haitians and the Jamaicans. The Haitians are the tribe of Levi, and you Jamaicans are the tribe of Benjamin. The Southern tribe. And the Northern Kingdom, consists of the tribe of Ephraim, you so-called Puerto Ricans, and on down to you Mexicans, you Issacharites. You are the tribe of Issachar, you Mexicans. Gad. You natives. They call you Indians, but not Indians. But the natives, so-called natives, y'all the tribe of Gad. Y'all from the tribe of Gad, of the nation of Israel, the Israelites. But these damn devils, they that's what they do when they get their meetings. When they had those meetings, these elites, like I say, the Rothschild, the Bilderbergs, and so forth, and these world leaders as well. They trying to come up with a plan to keep down the keep down knowing the truth, to keep you so-called Negro Latino natives to not knowing who you are, and so forth. But like I said, it's coming to no it's not prevailing for them, because right now truth has sprung up. Starting with the apostles, elders, starting with first and foremost, starting with Abba Bibbins, and on down to King Marshall, and so forth. All the the men that started, they started teaching the word of the Lord, through the spirit power Yahweh Shah. Then and now you got the apostles, the apostles, from Apostle Tahar, Apostle Ramlah, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rakar, and so forth, man. And the elders that have been teaching and laboring in His word, the Lord, and continuing to tell people who they are, and so forth, who the wicked is, and that they kingdom is finna go down. That the Lord Yahweh Shah, the Lord Yahweh Shah, which is he's a dark skinned man, will return to take down the so-called white man, Esau, Edom kingdoms, and these other nations, and take these nations, and these other nations gonna be put into captivity under the feet of the Lord Yahweh Shah, and under the feet of the elect of the nation of Israel, the Israelites, of the so-called Negro Latino, of the so-called Negro Latino and natives, man. So these damn devils, they just come up with ways to try to they have a depopulation agenda, agenda 21, to depopulate the earth, to wipe out 95% of the people of the world, and it's got to do with these damn devils, so-called white people, Esau, Edom, man. You know, they want to be the ones that, you know, rule this earth, man. You know, these elites, you know. But it's not gonna happen, man. These plans that these damn devils, Esau, Edom, Edomites, and Ishmaelites, and so forth, these other world leaders and elites, whatever means they have, the Lord knows what you're doing, and it's not gonna prevail, you know, because the Lord is a higher power, and the power is, you know, the Most High name is Yahweh, and the Son name is Yahweh Shai. You know, they in control, man. You know, they control the outcome of things, not you damn devils, you Edomites, so-called white people, you Ishmaelites, you know, you goddamn Moabites, Ammon, Japanese, and so forth, you know, the other nations, man, that come against Israel, the Israelites, so-called Negro Latino natives, man, you know, because y'all don't know what y'all doing, you know, y'all try to, you know, come up with y'all plans, y'all means to just want to kill off Israel, get, you know, and keep Israel just, you know, down and out, man. But like I said, y'all plans is not gonna prevail. You damn devils, so-called white people, red people, Esau, Edom, and you other nations, you know, that try to come up against, you know, trying to come up against the Negro Latino natives, because the Lord has a elect of Israel, the Israelites, or the so-called Negro Latino natives. That's the 144,000, and the 1/3, Lord willing, I'll be part of that number, and the brothers I'm laboring with, you know, Lord willing, we be part of that elect number, you know, from the apostles and brethren on down, that's teaching His word. But you damn devils, man, you know, you other nations, you know, y'all whatever y'all be doing, whatever y'all coming up in your means, it's not gonna come to flourish, you know. But reading on Psalms 83:4, they had said, "Come, let us cut them off for being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." So yeah, and that's what they're doing, man. You know, they trying to cut off. They which they have done in a way, but you know, they're still trying to do that. But like I said, right now we're in times where, you know, the truth is coming out, and then now people know that they are the Israelites. They, you know, you are the children of the Most High. You so-called Negro Latino nations, because these nations and these so-called white people, Esau, Edomites, have for years come up to a way to keep you from knowing who you are. You know, putting out the deception of you are African American, and, you know, and all these other bywords, you know, they put out there. You know, but you're not that. You are the chosen people of the Most High. You are the Israelites, you know. But reading on Psalms 83:5, for they had consulted together with one consent. So they come together, reading on, they are confederate against thee. Verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom, which is Esau, Edom, so-called white man, red man, and the Ishmaelites, the Arabs, of Moab, the Moabites, the Chinese, and the Hagarenes. Verse 7, forgive me if I'm saying it wrong, Jabal or Gabel, Ammon, the Amalekites. Then the Amalekites, them the ones over there in the land of Israel, and goddamn, you know, they claim themselves to be the Israelites, you know. Not the Israelites, but claim to be themselves, you know, they call themselves, you know, the Israelis, you know, they claim to be the Lord's chosen people over there in the land of Israel, but they not, you know. The Lord's chosen are you so-called Negro Latino natives, because the ones that's over there in the land of Israel don't fit the curses, man, in the Bible, in Deuteronomy. But reading on, and the Philistines and the inhabitants of Tyre, in verse 8, Psalms 83:8, Assure also is joined with them that have hoping the children of Lot, Salah. So yeah, all these other nations come together to try to keep Israel, the so-called Negro Latino natives down, and to keep this truth of knowing who you are, you know. And they're trying to do it with YouTube. They're trying to take the videos down and so forth, but it's not gonna work, man, because y'all not in control. You elites, you world leaders are not in control, man. Yahweh Shai, the power, the creators of everything, the heavens and earth, is in control. He knows your thoughts and intentions. He knows everything, man. The Lord knows all things, man, evil and good, you know. So with that, You know, anyway, made this too long. So again, like I like your all praise to Yahweh Bashem, Shai Bashem, Kakadash, to the apostles, elders, to the Sisakin brothers, to the few Aqua sisters that do listen. Keep the faith in Yahweh Shai, keep fighting. With that, I say Shalom.